Ooh, this is a good one for you guys today. I got Vince Leisey, the founder and CEO for Berkshire Hathaway HomeServices, Ambassador Real Estate. This is literally, Vince is the CEO and founder of the largest brick and mortar company as far as one location office.
One single office.
In the entire globe as far as number of transactions out of one place. He's going to drop some knowledge on you today that can help you move your business to the next level. All right, Vince, so we were having this conversation. We're talking about what it is in this unique market environment that agents can do really to improve themselves and improve their business. And you brought up some amazing points. Let's go into this a little bit. What are some of those things you see that agents can be doing right now?
I think, first of all, you've got to be continuing to learn and grow and change with the market because the world's changing at a pace we've never seen before. Real estate clearly falls in that category. And the number one thing I would tell people they need to do and they need to commit to is mastermind. You need to be part of a mastermind. If you're one nationally, that's great, but also locally. Some people think that, well, those are people that compete against me. Well, they have the wrong mindset. If you're in a mastermind and you have the attitude of abundance, and you've heard me say this because you've listened to me at exposures, places like that, but the attitude of abundance is when you come together and you openly share what you're doing, what's working, what's not working. You learn from each other, you encourage each other, you learn from the past, right, but don't live in the past. Embrace risk and fundamentally believe the best is yet ahead and there's more than enough for everybody. Everybody, even competitors, agents in the same marketplace win because you all improve and walk out of the better. So my mind, the thing that always has blown my mind when I do 14 mastermind groups a month just locally, not counting some things I do nationally, is that the top producers, my agents that do as an individual 140 transactions a month, my teams that do 200 plus transactions a month, they make time to set an hour and a half aside every month to make sure that they show up to learn from each other. But my low producers and my middle of the road producers, all of a sudden who do 5 or 6 deals a year, has a listing appointment. They have a buyer they got to show. I'm like, are you kidding me? Right. They don't have the right priorities and they don't understand the power of bringing 15 to 20 people together where everybody participates. A mastermind's not just me or you talking, it's every single buddy in that group participating. They all need to come with ideas and thoughts, and that spurs on other thoughts. So to me, if you want to stay current in the mastermind group, you're talking about what's going on in the market. So you're ahead of the curve for most agents and the public. You're going to learn other things that people are doing in regards to how they're marketing themselves, in regards to events they're doing. How are they communicating and setting expectations with buyers and sellers, which is changing in the market. And the expectations we set today for a seller and buyer is not the same ones we had last spring or 2 months ago for that matter. So I would say if you're going to do anything, get yourself in a mastermind group, even if it's a local one with people that you perceive you're competing against, and everybody will learn. The attitude of abundance will help you grow. Yeah,
this is really good. I think sometimes what can happen for people, because I'm like you, I mean, I have local ones that I head up, that I have with our agents. Again, the agents that lean in, their business grows.
Right.
I know you do that same thing. We do on national levels, but there may be some people out here that maybe are in a market where they don't have a leader that's starting a mastermind. Let's talk to the person that either is going to search for a mastermind or somebody that wants to start one on their own. What would you have suggestion-wise for them?
If you're going to start one of your own, I like type productions because you're kind of going through the same things. What I found is if you got someone that's brand new and there's someone that's doing 100 plus deals, there becomes a disconnect there. So go put like-minded agents together that understand us coming together makes us more powerful than us by ourselves. And then get a group. I think it should be at least 12 people. Ideally, we like 14, 15, 16 people, an hour and a half. It gives everybody time to participate in that. And the one thing that I didn't say that at the end of those is I really always want to walk around and I want to say kind of the Darren Hardy approach. What is one thing you're focused on right now to grow your business? To bring them back down to not having a million things going on, but what are the few things that you're really focused on that's going to help you grow your business, is going to yield you the greatest results.
Yeah, when you got 12 to 14 people that are sharing what they feel is going to be the most important, I promise you there's going to be somebody that they're going to be able to relate to. They're going to get an idea, they're going to do those things. Let's get real practical on the questions, the conversation. What are those specific? Do you do it where you have a set of things that you go through every week, or is it kind of vary?
Couple things. So one is we started off, and typically the first 30 to 45 minutes is current market conditions. What's going on with new construction? What's going on with pricing? You know, what are the expectations and what's the conversations we're communicating to buyers and to sellers? How's that changed? You know, I always give numbers. Here's the data numbers of where the market is in active listings compared to where it was last year. I'll give market numbers year to date and this month versus the same month last year of new pending transactions. As a broker, CEO of a company, I track new pending transactions daily. That number to me is way more important than closed transactions, because closed transactions in the month of May really tells me what was going on 60, 90 days ago. I don't care about what was going on 60, 90 days ago. I want to know, with rising interest rates, with the changes going in the marketplace, what is going on today? How's that affecting activity? And so I'm talking about open houses, what kind of activity? Showings, what kind of activity? Offers that are coming in, what price points are receiving how many offers? Is there certain parts of town, is there certain price ranges that are doing better than others? And we always want to talk about new construction. We see so many people that say, I'm going to buy an existing house, not a new construction. But we, over the last 2 years, have seen many of those people end up saying, I'm going to build a house, I'm going to buy a new construction, because at least I know I'm going to get a house. I'm frustrated making offer after offer and not getting those. So to me, being current on what is going on in the market adds real value to you, and you should be reaching out to everybody in your sphere and updating them on, here's all the changes that are going on in the marketplace. It's going to show value to them, and it's going to build and nurture a stronger relationship. The second part is we'll have a subject matter. We let them decide what the important subject matter is, okay? So it can be a subject matter where everybody comes back and says, here's one thing that I'm saying about myself personally in a listing presentation that differentiates me from other agents. Here's one thing that I say about our brokerage that differentiates our brokerage from other brokerages, that gives us a competitive advantage that makes people want to do business with us and pay us more. It can be all about social media. Or we can have two people that really kill a certain subject come back and talk about what they're doing. Here's some client appreciation parties I'm doing. Here's what I'm doing on this aspect of social media. This is what I'm doing on this aspect of marketing. So they decide, is it something that everyone's going to participate on? Or is it one or two people coming in to talk about a specific subject that we're going to talk about?
Yeah, these are things I think, and everybody can find what it is for them. You know, you and I are on our national CEO call every week. I mean, I see you every week at noon my time, and we go through and we talk about our numbers. We do it that way. On Fridays for me, with our agents, we've used the same thing that Gina Bafari's taught us with the 4 disciplines of execution. Ours, though, on ours with the agents, it's driven by what is their wildly important goal? Then we go in and we talk about the leading indicators. Last week I said I would have X number of conversations, number of appointments, those things. And then that little group comes together each week and they say, last week I said I would do these things. And they say, I did or I didn't. And it's not like if anybody doesn't, we're going to be like, you suck. You know, that's not what this is about. It's that little bit of psychology. I don't want to be on a call with you when last week I told you I was going to do this and not do it. Then we talk about what I'm going to do to improve myself as a realtor this next week. And we talk about the leading indicators for the following week. That leads to our conversation point. With the openness of these groups, we will have a report on how many listings they took, how many pending contracts, and what they closed. As the facilitator, in my case, I will go through and I'll say, okay, you had 2 listings. Tell us about that. Where did it come from? What was the communication? Was it text? Was it email? Did you follow up with them? Was it in your sphere of influence? Where was it? We do those things, and then the entire group begins to learn from that. So is that kind of some of the things you're doing also?
We don't do that as much. In my mind, as I'm listening to you, you're doing more of a coaching session.
Absolutely.
You're setting action items. You're then holding them accountable to those things. So we'll go through some role playing and that type of things. We're not, especially my top producer ones, they're already productive. We're really just trying to tweak their business to figure out what can you take that you're already doing, right, that matches your unique personality, your strengths, and just take and add this, or figure out, you know what, I shouldn't be doing that. Sometimes in our top producer ones, we bring in their assistants to say, here's the systems we have in place to do these things. These are things I need to stop doing. And so we're not so much, there's not as much of an accountability part of ours. It's more of idea sharing, collaboration. And then I tell them always, walk away with 1 or 2 things to implement. You might have heard 10 things, you might have heard 20 things, but what's the 1 or 2 that you think are the most important things that will help you grow your business fastest that you can implement now?
Let me make one suggestion also. If someone's here and they don't have a local group, because listen, there's a lot of people that maybe listen to this. One of the beauties of being a part of Berkshire Hathaway HomeServices brand, I mean, literally, if you're wanting to start one, you can just simply go onto one of the private Facebook pages where the agents are, put it out there. Hey, I'm doing this amount of production. I'm looking to put together a group of agents around the country where we can do a collaboration and a mastermind on a weekly basis.
Here's one thing that I would suggest. A lot of people, when agents put these together, unfortunately, I find 1 or 2 agents start dominating those groups. So the reason I set in the mastermind groups, or I have a manager set in a mastermind group, is there has to be a facilitator. Again, what I said in the beginning, everybody has to participate. Everybody has to be collaborating, idea sharing, okay? It can't be 2 or 3 people doing all the talking and everyone else is absorbing. That is not sustainable as a valuable long-term group. So get a manager in your company that you think has the ability to control the situation and reach out to everybody and make sure everybody's participating in that group.
I will say this: we're here, we're together right now with the Rethink Council for really a mastermind group of some of the brightest younger minds in the brand.
Correct.
Such a value for us to be here and then to be able to utilize that in our own businesses. All right, so we've gone over masterminds. What else would you say? Some things that we can do?
You know, I still believe we're in the relationship building business. My good friend Ryan asked us. All you guys have heard me say this in the past. So there's 4 traits that are absolutely essential to building a great relationship. That people like you, they believe in you, they have confidence in you, and they trust you. But most people are confused on what the most important initial trait is when you first meet people. Most people, when I give speeches around the country, 80% of them say it's trust. It's not. In our business, that may be the most important trait at the end, but likability. To believe in somebody, to have confidence in somebody, and to trust somebody are traits that take time to establish. You need to initially connect to them. Once you initially connect to them, then you start building this relationship and all those other traits will come. So why do I say that? Because of social media, because of technology. In my mind, those are nothing more. Very important nothing more, right? We have to have them, but they're nothing more than a vehicle to create an opportunity to build and nurture a stronger relationship. They're enhancing the relationships we have. They're not replacing the relationships we have. So if you believe as I do, we're still in the relationship building business, you're going to use social media, you're going to use technology, you're going to use these things to stay connected in a meaningful, valuable way with your clients. But face-to-face is still the most effective way to build and communicate. So with that being said, coffees and lunches, let's get face-to-face with them. But why is not everybody doing customer appreciation parties? And it's not really customer and client appreciation parties, it's really your sphere. It's not just the people you've done business with. A brand new agent, I tell, go get everyone in your sphere, 200-300 people, invite all of them and say, I'm into the business. I want to do business with you. It's someone that's sent business to you, right? That's done business with you. Someone that you believe if you continue to build and nurture a relationship with, that's going to do business or send business to you. Reach out to all of those people, get them together. Now only 30% of the people are going to show up, but now you have an excuse to reach out to them. There's so many cool ideas that we can give of things that you can do, right? It can be kid-friendly, it can be adult-friendly. But reach out to those people. You now have an excuse to reach out to them. You get to see a chunk of them. And those that come, I would highly recommend thereafter that you follow up. Think about it. If you invite 200 people, 60, 65 show up, it's a 2-hour event, you're not spending more than a couple minutes with each one of them. Call each one of them. It was great seeing you. I loved getting caught up with you. Sorry we didn't have more time. Now out of that group, there may be some that you'll take that opportunity and say, let's go get a coffee or lunch. Let's get caught up in some stuff. I'm trying to take my business to the next level. I'd love the opportunity to chat to you about some things that I can do to grow my business. Do you have time to do that next week? So I think client appreciation parties, anything you're doing to stay connected, to build a stronger relationship is going to be relevant as we continue to move forward in this world. As much as technology, social media, and those things are important, don't forget about where we need to build and nurture relationships where they like us, and most importantly, at the end of the day, trust us. Because this is a huge emotional decision for most people where they want to trust that person that they're doing business with. This is an important thing for them.
Isn't it amazing, Vince? After all these years, as much as things change, it comes down to building relationships and putting good people around you that help sharpen you. It's just amazing. Thanks for all you do for the industry, buddy. I really appreciate it. Listen, make sure you thank Vince for doing this. He's really, I know there's some things that were in this that can help you take your business to the next level. Thanks, Vince, and we'll talk to you guys later.
Thank you very much.
Thanks for watching the video. I specifically chose the video below for you because it builds on the one you just watched. I hope it's helpful, and I'll talk to you soon.